warm welcome from a not so warm Berlin. I'm here with Jussi Palola today, CEO of the Finnish charging platform Virta, and we're going to talk about payment options at the charger and what the future of charging looks like. Now, Jussi, the Financial Times named Virta among the top 1,000 fastest growing companies in Europe, and just recently you secured 85 million euros in funding from existing investors. So I guess it's safe to say that people seem to place a lot of confidence in what you do and what you're going to be doing. Let's start talking about what you already have on offer, the Virta payment kiosk. Maybe you could explain to us just in a few words what that is, what that does, and why you think that is the right direction to take.
We need to provide easy solutions for EV drivers. If we consider the market, it is not only early adopters anymore which are using EVs. We are going really global scale, also user groups which require really new solutions. So one of the topics has been for long, why cannot I just pay with a credit card directly? Now you can. And of course the background why it was maybe harder before is that there were no solution which worked with any hardware. There were no solution which works with any service provider. But in cooperation with MasterCard, Virta, WorldPay, we have introduced this solution basically with the goal make EV drivers' life easier. Also make a business case for CPOs, because in the end it is a matter about that we need to have a success in business. Then CPOs are able to roll out the networks widely, and that's of course for the benefit of the EV drivers.
So the kiosk enables any charging station or ad hoc charging or ad hoc payment at the charging station, I should say, and you can retrofit all charging stations as well with it. Is that correct?
Yes, this works with any hardware basically, and the other feature is that in the EV charging field there can be many different hardware types, hardware manufacturers, and this is connected to the single payment unit. That means also reasonable low cost, because attaching a payment unit for every charging unit, it's too costly, especially in the AC. DC and high power charging that is possible, but for AC you need to have a really unified solution, and it is the equation, usability and the economics, and this is the really solutions to fit the nails on this case.
So you launched the kiosk in the Nordics, to say. What other countries made the list? Or maybe I can pinpoint that even a bit more. Did Germany make the cut?
This is really the global actions what we are doing, and that's therefore we choose and both parties when we were discussing MasterCard and WorldPay is the ultimate goal, the global solution, really scalable. And of course while we are starting the operations in generally the Nordic region, that is really the first steps, and then the country rollout is already we are negotiating expansion in Germany as well.
Okay, so credit card payment option will be required for all new chargers in Europe starting next year. That's obviously a big boost for your business model. But do you say it's a move that's long overdue, or do you say no, it's just in time?
It is an option which is required for a long time. In general, I would say that there's different user groups, like said. Now we are having tens of millions of charging events. It's not the early adapters more, which are enthusiastic about technologies and mobile applications. And therefore, the group which wants to have an easy payment, like in the presentation mentioned, maybe a little bit elder people, they don't want to use apps. But if you think about it in a general, how many of the youth have you seen explaining that there's too much social media application, I cannot keep up with those? No, I think that this is kind of, let's say, not going to be the majority of the solutions, but definitely needed for a long time.
I can tell you no teenager has ever said there are too many social media applications. I said at the beginning of the interview that you just collected quite a lot of money in funding, and obviously you're going to be putting that in future projects. What are these future projects that money is going into?
There are expansion. We are growing global. Now we are opening APAC as we speak. We have a really major progress there. Of course, this is an upfront investment, and therefore the logic is such: any platform who eventually grow global. We are one of the lead companies in this segment because the unit economics and the benefit for the users and CPOs comes that there's a high really scalability. Imagine if Google would have stayed in one California region or one country. It's not like that. It is the business which is global, so we are therefore expanding. Second topic, innovations. Energy is really important in this equation. 2/3 of the global burning emissions come from energy and transportation, and EV batteries are really significant part to support the global scaling of the renewable power. So there we have, like said, 40 million R&D project to scale out the energy solutions, where we have a patent leading position in the optimizing energy flows and basically with the ultimate goal, enable addition of renewable electricity production, adjusting the power in order to make that happen.
Okay, back to the charger. Is plug-in charge and credit card payment or ad hoc credit card payment, are there competitors, these types of technologies, I want to say, or approaches, I guess is the better word for it, or do you say they go hand in hand?
I would say they go side by side because there is, we are like stated in the global scale of operation, there is no single hat that fits all. We need to serve, and any global platform needs to serve different kind of user groups, and that's going to be reality. So I would say they walk hand in hand, or maybe it's a little bit distant to each other, but they walk in the same direction.
So what do you say the 3 biggest charging trends of this year and maybe say the next 3 years are going to be?
Of course, the biggest thing is the rollout of high power charging. That is really essential to really get ready for the next level and maturity operations. And this means also the concentration on return on investments. We are making a really wide scale, billion scale investment to the charging. So therefore, focusing on profitability is not, you could argue that this is hard talk. I'm talking about money. I'm actually talking about that we progress together, make the success of EV driving easy as possible and make the industry fly. And the fact is that we can have subsidies for shorter time, but what scales is successful business? That we are here always aiming and putting this note in everybody's mind when building the business.
Jussi, thank you so much for this interview. You can feel the passion that you have for EV driving, EV charging. Yeah, I wish you good luck with your undertakings and for a little bit of sun. So what, yeah, I guess my last question would be, just to close this off, what do you hope for the future in terms of obviously EV charging?
I would say I'm thinking about the next level stuff quite a lot. Like I mentioned, the energy integration. We are not here only to change fuel from fossil fuels to electricity, but we are here to enable really global scale, tremendous addition of renewable electricity, and that's what and we are pushing forward to make that happen. This practically means that there needs to be capability to flex energy flows, and power batteries are the major new element in the global system that I'm really enthusiastic about because the possibilities. I've been working 15 years of the industry, and I would say that the same drive when I see what is happening, when I see the need, it is there burning.
Okay. I hope your passion continues for at least another 15 years. Again, thank you for talking to us today. Thank you so much. And like I said, good luck with your undertaking.
Thanks a lot. Honored to be interviewed.